morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard, and we're back with another unboxing. But before I get into any of that, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love and support that you've been showing over the last several months. You guys really blow me away each and every week, whether it's the new comic day videos, the deep dives that I drop on Thursdays, or the unboxings that I drop on Saturdays. You guys really just blow me away. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps me out. It helps out the algorithm to push the videos to people who may not even know that I exist yet. That would help me immensely. Share it to all of your friends. Say, hey, look at this cool video I seen from this weird geeky dude over at Movement Radio. That would help immensely as well.
A symbol is lasting.
Now, what we're all here for is the unboxing. And today I have Batman Year 2. This is from McFarlane Toys. It's, as it says, Batman Year 2. This is what Batman would look like in his second year of crime fighting. He has yet to become the world's greatest detective, so he's a little more rough around the edges, per se. But obviously, here's the front of the package. Then we have one side. There's the bottom. Here's the other side. There's the top. And there's the really cool artwork on the back. So, get our box cutter here. And we're going to get right into this. While I'm getting into it, I hope that each and every one of you have had a great week. I really do. It's been a pretty decent week for me. Still getting caught up on some comics that I have not read yet. And thank you guys for all of the recommendations. I'm checking those out. They're in my stack. I have not got to them yet. As always, we recycle. Now let's get our collector's card here. Oh, there we go. Okay, and our base. Yeah. Did any of you guys read the relaunch of Batman? So I think it's Batman version 4 issue 1. I just finished that up yesterday, and I'm interested to see where they go with the new story. Gordon is no longer the commissioner. Killer Croc is trying to reform himself. It's interesting. Let's go ahead and get our figure out. Oof. Yikes. That's loud. And let's get some accessories. Because I think they're only doing like accessories on the collector's editions now. If anybody knows any different, correct me. But I think the accessories are only collector's editions now. Which is sad because it's basically a just basic figure, and Has some decent packaging and a couple of accessories. So as always, we have our card here. It's the same artwork as the back of the box. And it says, Batman Year 2. With only a year's experience as Gotham City's new protector, Batman must confront a nightmare out of the past. A distorted reflection of himself called the Reaper, who hunted Gotham's criminals a generation earlier. His methods were harsh and cruel and violent in the extreme. Now, just as a new breed of criminal is rising, the Reaper has returned to deal out his savage brand of justice. And the only way for Batman to stop this death-dealing vigilante is to forge an alliance with the man who destroyed his life, his own partner's or his own parents' murderer. But can the Dark Knight stand to confront the secret of their deaths, or will the Reaper's revelations finally cost him his sanity? So we have our base here with the Chrome DC logo. It's a little off center. Not a good look there. But yep, it's off center. Then we have our weapon of choice, and it's okay. Not great. I would have liked to have seen some weathering on the blade, but I guess the silver is okay. The handle is just kind of a matte gray kind of thing here. And yeah, I would have liked to have seen some weathering on this bad boy, but whew, we have a weapon at least. And then we have an extra set of hands. One is kind of half opened here, so you can put something in it. And the other is just a solid clenched fist. So there's that. And then there is the one thing that DC has kind of gotten away from, but now they're back. I've noticed in a few of the figures, but we have a pew pew. But it's very basic looking. There's not much detail to the figure, or the sculpt or anything. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of pewter-ish. And then we have our figure himself. It's, I like it as a Batman fan, and I knew when I seen that it was coming out that I was going to review it for you guys, and that I, had to get it. Pretty sure this sold out almost immediately on the pre-orders. But I think that that's more of a supply and demand issue rather than a I must have this figure issue. This one has the big gaudy plastic cape. I really wish on the orange suit Batman, and I've moved it, the Detective Comics 27 Batman, they have fabric cloths that you can pose, and they have little pieces of wire in it that allows you to pose it wherever you want. This is just kind of pre-posed, and it's heavy. It's really heavy, which makes this figure very back heavy. Other than that, the paint scheme is pretty cool. I like the I like the matte gray finish on the paint. The yellow is real poppy, and unlike most people, I really dig the blue accents that makes it look more kind of comic booky. And I know some people don't like that, but I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, let's keep doing that, in my opinion. Now let's get into some articulation. Our head, we have some really good head movement here. The neck does not move on my figure. So we get our basic T-pose here. Yep. Comes, forward. Back is pretty good. Now the cape is going to get in the way a little bit, so you got to do some finagling there, but you can get the full rotation. The shoulder, is there. The bicep twist is there. It's functional. We have our 90-degree elbows. They ratchet a little bit. One thing that I do notice is they went kind of cheap here on the gauntlets. All they did was, if you look, they just painted part of the forearm black instead of actually sculpting a gauntlet. So it's like part of the forearm up to the elbow, but then the pin here in the elbow, they didn't paint it. So that looks kind of weird. The wrist is on a ball joint, so you get the movement there, and then the back and forth on the ratcheting wrist. That works. The torso, not so much. This is a newer torso design, and that's all the play you get in that. You get a little spin, but not, there's no crunch to the torso here. The legs, you get your basic splits, but the diaper portion here, it hinders that a little bit. Backwards, you can do it, but it's real, you got to finagle it around the little diaper thing, and to the front as well. So there is that. This cape is really aggravating me. The knees, you get the 90 degrees there. But they're kind of stiff on my figure. Let me know if you have this and how your knees work for you. With the ankle, we got the nice ratchet of the ankle, and you're gonna get your movement here, and then the unnatural toe bend. And then we have the holster here. And it looks really unfinished on mine, like there's no paint on it, and I don't like the fact that it is not removable. So it just covers up the logo, which I think it's a really cool logo. They did it really nice, but you can't remove this holster for whatever reason. And then the weird thing, like with the cape, if you notice here, like it swoops way down and then comes way up. So maybe, I don't know. I I've been doing ratings on the figures, and this one, it kind of disappoints me. I was really hoping for something more out of it. But yeah, it's very basic and doesn't, the posability for it is not really there. You could get it into like one pose and put it on your shelf, but as far as like multiple poses to change it out or whatnot, it's going to be difficult. But I would give this figure probably a 6 out of 10, maybe 5.5, 6. It's right there. It's 50-50. Like I said, I knew when I seen it that I was going to get it and review it for you guys. And if you're a Batman collector, you're probably going to want it for your collection. But if you are just, an action figure collector and you don't care about completing collections, you may just pass this one up. So yeah, 5.5, 6 out of 10. And that's that on Batman Year 2. Kind of, I was a little disappointed in the paint. Like I said, I would have wanted weathering on the scythe here. I would have made the holster removable, but I digress. I'm still working out the details. I know last week I told you about, in the upcoming weeks, possibly doing a live stream of building a Transformer Blocky figure. I'm still working out some details on that. I still want to do that. I have to figure out the logistics of a 2-camera setup in my office to be able to get a face and a top-down view. I may need to buy some more equipment, but that's neither here nor there. I will get that done. It just may take me a little tiny bit longer than I expected. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the McFarlane Collector's Edition Batman Year 2 figure? Let me know if you picked it up. What is the articulation on yours? Like I said, mine was a little stiff, a little wonky. I have absolutely no torso articulation. So, until next time, I am Chip Hazard. This is Movement Radio, and I'll see you in the next story. Peace.
It needs a legend.
Shadows cast